Hello and welcome! Today we are going to draw this little angry guy. I had actually been drawing with my alcohol markers in the sketchbook and got this backside. I hate seeing that, so I tried to cover it with some, it's kind of a watercolor, very, very cheap watercolor for children. So I tried to just cover it as good as I can with watercolors. That's not so easy. So you will still see the marks behind it, but that's completely fine. When the watercolor was dried, I went over with a pencil and tried to just sketch up a kind of a strange little face. And after I sketched it with a pencil, I went over with an Stabilo All aquarelle pencil. That's a really, really strong color of the black one, so when you add water to it, it will be very black, as you will see now. You probably noticed that I had one of the eye was kind of closed and one was open. The nose was really on one side and the mouth was on the other side, and the ears, they were really, really low. And the forehead, quite so big. But that's actually a plan to have it kind of more special, so it doesn't look like anything else, and you can just play with it. To be honest, I wasn't in the best mood that day, so I always know that doing something creative helps with your mood. So I was drawing my mood that day. I was kind of angry and not having a good day. And this really should reflect that. You've probably seen me going over with this same Stabilo All aquarelle pencil several times now. I use it and then I add some water, and then when it dries, I use it again to get more color, more shading, because when it dries much lighter. So you must be aware of that when you're doing this. What you will see me do now is adding the background. Because of the alcohol markers that went through the page, I wanted to cover it up with something. So I wanted to use black gesso. I always love using black gesso in several backgrounds, and one of the reasons for that is that it's really matte black. It's not glossy in any way, and I kind of like that. And it's really easy to use it when you want to write on top of it with gel pens and similar to that. So I'm just going over the whole background. And the reason I turn the page upside down is actually so it's easier to paint the black. Especially since I'm using prosthetics, it's not so easy to bend my wrist, and then it's much easier when I just turn the page upside down like this. And then I cannot help myself. I had to go over with the Stabilo All aquarelle pencil another time, and then adding some water to that again, to have it even more shades of black or different shades of gray or whatever you will call it. Then it's finally time for some color. I start with red stripes on his shirt. So that's the beginning. Also, this is from a children's watercolor set. So it's really, really cheap paint. And the quality is actually not too bad, so you can see through it. That's the important thing here, because I don't want to cover the face with something that you cannot see through. So you can see the lines underneath, and you can continue layer by layer. So the colors are not that strong. That's probably one of the reasons it's cheap, but that's actually quite good, because then you have control of how many layers you want to add. And you don't have to be afraid that the colors are going to be too strong or something like that. So now you can see me speeding up drawing time here. So I'm sorry for the little glare that's on the page. It will be better soon. I'm using a white gel pen to paint the white inside his eye. I only say eye because one of them is closed. So it's only one that it's been painted white. So, and then I'm using a black marker, just a thin black permanent marker to mark some of his other features, like the eyebrows and the rest of the eye, and also the nose and the mouth and the rest of the face. So I'm just using like contour lines, and on purpose I actually draw double lines to have it look more childish, or I'm not sure what the expression is, but I really like that way of looking at it. And as you see now, I cannot resist. I have to go another time with this Stabilo All aquarelle pencil because as you probably know, I love it. And it's not getting so dark as it looks. So when it's been dried up, you will not see that big difference. And then I'm going over with these children colors, and I'm using them also to get different shades on his face. He's going to look like he's been beaten up very much, and that's probably the way I felt that exact day. And now I'm using the white gel marker to draw around the face and also drawing in some of the features of the face. So I'm using it around the edges and around the different things like sweater and stuff like that. You probably saw me having those lines from the mouth. I actually have, I love an artist called Deb Weyers, and I really love her stuff. So I learned that from her. So I'm not trying to say to anyone I've invented that myself, but I really like the way it looks. And also the circles around the eyes is also kind of something that she does. Or actually, she did it. She's probably moved on, and it's me now stuck in that direction. So then I'm just scrambling a little bit with this white gel pen, and also using that around some of the different things. Coloring some more in here and there, and the ears have to be purple, of course. What else? And the same with the face and that. So I'm making a little little mustache. No, it's not a mustache, but these lines are getting them a little swirl at the end. I kind of like that really, really much. So I'm probably a little different than some of you guys. It doesn't have to be ugly making. You can just take some of the tips and use it on your own drawings, and then maybe you can find one that is in your style when you want to draw something similar to this. I just wanted to show you that I covered the backside of a really ugly painting with something that I kind of loved. I don't like having ugly pages in my sketchbook. I know it's a sketchbook, but okay. But like alcohol markers coming through, I don't like that. What I'm writing now is actually in Norwegian. It says something like angry today, or not being really happy today is actually what it says. I'm going over on the outside with the white marker again a few times, and then that's actually it. This is my drawing. I hope you are inspired to do something similar yourself. And if you want to see more of these, just press like and subscribe, and I will be back.